Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. I'm looking forward to our next assignment because it is going to be our first writing assignment of distance learning. It's going to be really good. It's going to be very similar to things we've done before, so that's going to be nice. Of course, we haven't done those things in a little while, so I did want to make sure to make a video to go over some of those things, give some reminders, that kind of stuff. Um, so this is going to be part of our rhetorical analysis kind of mini unit inside of our Othello study. You notice that we did some assignments on Patrick Henry, and we read his "Give me liberty or give me death" speech. And then we answered some comprehension questions on it. We did a quiz, kind of more focused on the rhetoric and the argumentation part of it. And now we're doing similar things for Othello as well, right? We're going over his speech. We did some comprehension questions. We have some analysis questions. And now we're getting into some rhetorical analysis similar to our questions, but it's going to be based on writing. So what you're going to be asked to do, and you're going to see this in the prompt, is you're going to be asked to find one rhetorical strategy Othello uses. This can be a literary device. This can be something else. It could be something from your quiz. You went back to your quiz questions. You got some ideas on things that Othello does, whether that's repetition or something else, in order to strengthen his argument. You can even do something like logos, pathos, ethos. That's fine as a rhetorical device. So you have lots of options. Maybe a literary device, maybe something from your quiz, maybe logos, pathos, ethos, totally fine. What you're going to do then is once you pick that, you're going to explain it. You're going to get that quote. You're going to say, hey, here's why this quote is an example of whatever you say it's an example of the rhetorical device, the literary device that's being used for argumentation, whatever. You're going to say, okay, here's the quote. Here's how it's being used as a way to build his argument. Then you're going to say, okay, what's the bigger purpose of that? And, you know, like if you choose repetition, you can say, oh, this is to reinforce his point, to show how serious he is. That's totally fine. But then you're going to want to go and say, okay, how does this help? What's the purpose of this? You can use our normal purpose recommendations from our TEEP notes. However, since it's argumentation, you can add on. It can be things like, is it trying to convince someone? Is it trying to build sympathy? Is it trying to make Othello seem more reliable and therefore someone that people should listen to? Those are all additional purposes you can choose from when you're choosing what's the purpose of the rhetorical device you find. So you're going to find a rhetorical device. You can give some evidence for it. You're going to explain why that evidence matches the idea of the rhetorical device you gave in your topic sentence. Then you're going to say, okay, we know he uses this rhetorical device. What's the bigger impact on it? So you got a few things to do. Right now, we're going to take a look at the prompt that you're going to see. It's already, or by the time this video goes up, it will be posted on Google Classrooms as well. So let's take a look at that right now. So first, you're going to want to do your taking apart a prompt steps. You're going to realize, oh, hey, there's no instructions here, so we're going to focus on the instruction-based part right here. We're going to analyze the purpose behind one of the rhetorical devices Othello uses in his speech, defending his romance to and marriage of Desdemona in Act 3, Scene 1, the same speech we've been analyzing. No big deal. So first you have to find one of those rhetorical devices, and then you're going to analyze the bigger purpose. And what I've done on this same prompt page is I've actually given you a brainstorm steps. And these brainstorm steps are actually very similar to the steps I just went over in this video. And if you do these, I can help break down your analysis. Now, if we were writing this in class, we do a lot of this brainstorming in class. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video to kind of go over it so you can hear it verbally as well as see it on your page. But the actual writing of the TEEP, once we finish our brainstorm, it would be a timed TEEP. Obviously, this won't be timed, but you should be able to, once you have your brainstorm done, be able to write it in 20 to 30 minutes. You know, it's going to be what, 4 or 5 sentences probably. It shouldn't be that long. So even by the time you actually start writing your draft and revising it and formatting it, that should be half an hour, maybe a little bit less. So the brainstorming will take a little bit of time too, but all in all, this shouldn't be an hours and hours and hours long kind of assignment, right? Especially if you're using your resources, using your TEEP notes, you're using the ideas on our earlier Othello analysis quiz, so you could go back and you can kind of get some inspiration for what are some of the ways that Othello does use rhetorical devices and rhetorical arguments and parts of those arguments. And you can also use your rhetoric notes from term 3. So you have lots of different terms of support. You have your brainstorming, you have the prompt, and of course, you have me available for questions. Send me an email or a message on Google Classrooms, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And we can get that done that way. So ladies and gentlemen, when you turn this back into me, I just need your response. You know, obviously it's probably to be typed, although if you don't type it, that's fine too. You know, MLA format, so that's going to be author. Here, let's go up to this part of the prompt. We're talking about MLA format. It's a little bit different for plays. It's going to be author's last name, and then it's going to be act, period, scene, period, line, period. So what it's going to look like is Shakespeare, oops, Act 1, scene, scene 3, and then if you have a line number, you can put the line number. I know some of our editions don't have line numbers, so if you don't put it, that's fine. So if I have the line number, 87, my citation is going to look like this. Periods in between the act, scene, and line only. Same as normal, nothing here. Then, of course, the sentence ends after the citation. And if you don't have the line number, that's okay. I know some of our online editions don't. You can just leave it out, and that will be good enough. So that's the way our citations are going to look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any further questions, please let me know. I hope you guys are doing well. I look forward to seeing your writing, and I hope we got another great week of distance learning ahead. All right, bye.